we're here today to talk about a thing that's afflicting Australians across the length and breadth of this country, but it affects children. And children are the ones who suffer, and children are the ones who don't have a voice. The damage that is done, we see the damage that is done to servicemen and women, but it's not the damage that you can see that's the most heartbreaking, it's the damage that you can't see. They're the wounds that are the worst wounds in our community, and they're the worst wounds for individuals. Every life is precious, and we must strive to have empathy and compassion. Now, to have compassion is not a weakness, I believe it's a strength. And how could we want other people to be so hurt? And this is then, in years to come, it may not come out in our children, our future leaders, today or next week, next month, next year, but it might be 10, 15, 20 years from now, and we can make a difference to these kids' lives, but we've got to take on this issue now. The system is so adversarial. The system makes money out of other people's misery, and it's not accountable. It's not transparent. We hear about domestic violence, we hear about drug and alcohol abuse, we hear about suicide, but we can actually lessen these things with just a bit of common sense. And for the life of me, look, I'm not in this position that many of you people here have been touched by today, and I hope to God I never am. But I know so many people in my own life, before I came in contact with Dads in Distress and Karen and Angela last year, when you're in my position, you have a voice, and that voice is given to you by people. In my case, the people of Victoria, to represent them. With this job comes a responsibility, I believe, is to help people, to enhance people's lives, not make them tougher if possible. Let's try and make them better. Every Australian needs a home, every Australian needs an education. We assume that we're going to be able to go down to the local hospital and get treatment. Well, I think it's a fair thing to say that, Australians expect to have a happy and fulfilling life. And, at one stage in all relationships there was love. And how people can just tear each other apart and tear their children apart is beyond me. We must focus on, the positives, not the negatives, and not affect our kids. Look, it's great to be here today. Karen's enthusiasm, her professionalism, her love of life and her love of people is infectious. As a filmmaker, she's it's an amazing skill, it's an amazing talent, gift to be able to tell a story, to weave together all these stories of people. And I'm sure this book will be a great success, because I've got nothing but admiration for Karen and Angela for their infectious love of life and love of people. And this affects mums and dads, and every child needs a mum and a dad. Karen is not about out there telling people that one side's good or one side's bad. Karen is trying to win the hearts and minds of people, and she's made a great contribution to doing that for people, and I'm sure that the work that Karen is doing on this subject for mums and dads, and especially the children, will be groundbreaking, you know. And in years to come, people will look back and say that this was the start of getting justice for Australian couples, and most importantly, for their children. Thanks very much.